What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of this series that you guys really seem to love. You're showing a lot of support, a lot of love for this one, where I go in and talk about awesome stuff you can do in Saints Row 2. And I really love doing this, and I just want to clear up for all the GTA fans who are saying like, oh, well, this is BS because I could tell you 100 different things in GTA 5 that you can't do in Saints Row 2. Look, I'm not doing this to bash GTA 5. I love GTA 5. It's one of my favorite games ever. But like I said, I want Saints Row 2 especially because it's so old and it's a cult classic, but it never really got the popularity that it deserves. I want to try and put a bit more respect on its name. So that's the only reason I'm doing this, and it's really an amazing game. So for the shoutouts today, I want to mention Prison Mike, Poke Kid, Stoner Sesh, Jai Kundichevich, Francesco Albuquerque, Agent 43, Lloyd Irving, and Callum Jackson. Thank you guys so much for your support. If you guys want a shout out, every few videos I'll do them. Make sure you're liking, subscribing, and commenting, and just staying engaged. So first up, I want to bring up something pretty funny and pretty quirky and cool that you can do. So if you go down to Little Shanghai and you see these gongs, and you pick someone up and you throw them at the gong, it does this. Isn't that awesome? It's pretty cool. You know what I mean? They didn't have to go in and make the effort where if you throw a person or something at the gong, it makes like the gong sound. So just a little thing, super cool. I love it. So last time I talked about how you can be a cop and an ambulance EMT. Well, you can also be a firefighter. And I loved, honestly, this is probably my favorite diversion in the entire game. It's not even a full-on activity. And I didn't even really know about this one until a commenter brought it up to me. I've been playing Saints Row for, 10 years and I didn't know about this. So when I found out about this one, it blew my mind and it's so cool. You get to go in the fire truck with a siren, but not just that, you walk in with fire extinguishers and other firefighters alongside you to put out fires around town, and I think it's awesome. You can also be a taxi driver. I want to bring this one up too. This one's not as exciting as the firefighter one because you just kind of bring people from point A to point B, but it's still a pretty cool thing that they added in that they didn't have to do. And it's kind of hidden, they don't really advertise it too much, so it's pretty awesome. Alright, up next, if you go to the nuclear power plant, it's like a little island outside of Stillwater. There's like nuclear waste in a few different spots, and you can actually go swimming in it, which I find really funny. There's gunk in there, it's green, you can see where it's coming from, and there's like fish swimming in there. It's a neat little Easter egg. There's a doll in there. It's actually pretty awesome. And a bit further down, there's like people in hazmat suits around the power plant, and you can actually throw people in the nuclear waste. I tested it out and nothing really happens to them. They don't like melt or anything like that or, become radioactive, but still pretty cool. Okay, for these next few, if you saw my Easter egg video, you know about them, but there's a sea monster by Volition Island over in the water there, and it's actually awesome. Like, you kind of have to go around and you can only see it for a few seconds. It like passes by, as you see here. I'll put it in slow motion, replay the clips, but there's a gigantic sea monster in the water, and it's an amazing Easter egg. And I know GTA 5 has like the underwater submarine or abandoned ship or whatever, which is still pretty cool, but again, I'm not saying this one's better. I'm just telling you that there's no sea monster in GTA 5 and there's one in Saints Row 2, and it's pretty awesome, even though it's just a little pass-by thing. And there's also one of the best Easter eggs in all of gaming, that being the Cabot Easter egg in Saints Row 2. The fact that you have to go on like a hunt, in the middle of the ocean to go find this thing, and you follow all the arrows and it's like, what's going on? And it just slowly rises from the water. It's so satisfying, it's so cool, and it blows your mind, especially if you weren't expecting it. It's a really awesome thing to find, and like I said, I think it's one of the best Easter eggs in all of gaming. Let me know what you guys think, but I absolutely love this one. You've also got zombie homies, notably zombie Carlos. You can call up Carlos after, spoiler here, after Carlos dies in Saints Row 2. you can call him up and have him as a homie, even though he's a zombie, and he makes like zombie sounds and stuff, and he'll fight alongside you, and you can just ride with him, especially if you grew attached to Carlos and it was super sad when he died. You know, you can just ride around with zombie Carlos, and it's super fun. I love it. Again, something they really didn't have to do, that probably took a lot of effort, but they decided to do it, and I'm very thankful for that. Up next, we've got co-op. Now, I'm sure 99.9% of you know that there's co-op in Saints Row 2, but maybe for the 1 or 2 people that maybe looking for this and found this game out of nowhere, whoa, I can play this with a friend? Yeah, you can play with a friend. And I don't want to get into comparing it with GTA Online. We all know GTA Online is a beast, and what it's become, it's huge. But you can play the story with your friend in co-op, and you can go have shenanigans in free roam. There's no free roam multiplayer really, but there's co-op where you can actually complete the story with your friends. And I know there's GTA Online missions and stuff, but you can do the Saints Row 2 single player story with your co-op friend, and I think that's amazing. I love that feature. Also, there is a chainsaw and a pimp cane. In the last video, you guys saw me mention the pimp slap. The pimp cane is awesome. Like the way your guy holds it like a pimp, and he walks around, and it's a shotgun, and it's super fun. It's got to be top 3, one of my favorite weapons in the entire game. I love using this thing, and it makes you feel super cool using it, and it's a really creative weapon. And there's also the chainsaw. If you're a GTA player like me, this is a GTA player's dream, is to be able to use the chainsaw in GTA 5. But you can't. In Saints Row 2 you can, and it's gory, it's bloody. I know the graphics aren't great, but it's still amazing to do, and it is so much fun. So go grab a chainsaw or a pimp cane and just go have some fun. And lastly, this one's got to be my favorite. It's the Special Derby. So you guys know about the Demolition Derby, I'm sure of it. I've talked about it a lot. But did you know you can do the Demolition Derby with a variety of different vehicles, like crazy vehicles like the fast food one, or the mini weird police one, or even just monster trucks? I think that this is amazing that they did that. A bunch of different vehicles, and it gets crazy. You can do it with bulldozers, man. Like, what other game do you know where you can go into a demolition derby with bulldozers? It is so much fun. I went through every single one of the vehicles, and they're all great. Even the slow ones like the garbage truck. It is a blast. So I know for a fact you can't do that in GTA 5. So let me know what you guys think about this one. Of everything I mentioned here, what's your guys' favorite? And I love reading the comments on these ones, because you guys always tell me about fun stuff that I missed. So keep doing that, because I want to know, and then I can go in the game and try it myself, like the firefighter one. So I would love to hear you guys' input. Stay engaged down there. Leave a like on this video if it's your first time. I love making Saints Row 2, Saints Row 3, and Saints Row 5 content. So make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification bell if it's your first time, and I will see you guys next time.